Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. It's been, only 5 days, but that's okay. That's how it normally is, right? So, guys, I'm super excited today. Seriously, I'm super excited. Number one, I managed to finish my homework about 2 minutes before my computer blue screened, and I had to restart it. So that's why, hey, I'm just slightly behind today. Just a teeny bit. But it's okay. Hey, we're here. We're here. We're ready to go. It's okay. We got all the links out and everything's fine. Everything's fine. Right? Right? Yes, right. Okay. I'm so excited. Last time on the stream, we played a little bit of Breath of the Wild. Been a while since I'd played, but dude, I had a ton of fun with it, and it absolutely got me psyched for the next game. The next game that I really wanted to play, and thankfully, the next game I wanted to play came out late last Thursday on the Nintendo Switch Online. We are going to get into Majora's Mask, guys. And the best part about this game, I've never beaten this game. Never. I have played probably the first like hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of this game. And other than that, I really haven't gotten that far in this game. So I am super pumped for this. I am ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and let you all know right now, just ahead of time. I don't care about spoiler warnings. I have seen this game being played multiple times. So I'm totally fine with spoilers. If you guys notice that I'm walking past a secret and you're like, oh my god, don't miss that. That's totally fine. Go ahead, tell me, let me know. Like, go ahead and interrupt me. I may not see it right away, which means we may have to do a little bit of backtracking. I'm going to try as hard as I can to try to catch everything in this game. I want to 100% this game. That means we're going to collect all the heart pieces. At least, okay. I want to collect all the heart pieces. More than likely, we're going to get all the heart pieces. We will fully upgrade the sword. I know that it's difficult, but we're going to do it. And I fully intend to get all of the masks in this game because I want like the ultimate ending. I want everything in this game. Um so yeah, I hope you guys are ready for a ride. I am. I'm totally here. I am pumped. I am ready for this. I'm ready to go. So, like I said, I'm just like a few seconds behind. I'm going to leave you guys on this intro screen here. I'm going to leave the sound off so we don't get hit with any sound things. I'm going to be right back just because I have to grab some water, but I didn't want people to think that I had forgotten about all of you. So I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's get some music going. Let's get ourselves into this, guys. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do this. Huh. You know, I'm just gonna go with Link. I should have run like a contest or something. Something for people to like choose. And there's not enough people here to choose. Unfortunately. Ooh, I have rumble features on the controller now. I'm going to try to be really quiet during these opening cutscenes for you guys. In fact, I'll just mute.
Hey, you two fairies did great. I wonder if he has anything good on him. Huh? This guy. Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Hey Al, welcome to the stream, buddy. Yes, I am going to try and do voices throughout this whole thing. In fact, Kat and I were kind of going through it earlier. Trying to figure out, like, hey, what voices would work well with which characters sort of thing, so... We're going to try. We are going to try.
Oh, what a pretty ocarina. Hey, Skull Kid, let me touch it. I want to see. You can't, Tail. What would we do if you dropped it and broke it? No way. You can't touch it. Aw, but sis, why can't I try it out too?
So, being forthright with a couple of things here, just in case anybody missed it. I will absolutely be utilizing guides for this game. I'm totally open to people backseat driving a little bit. At least, like, telling me when certain things, like, if I'm missing something, it's cool to go ahead and let me know. It'll take me time to see things, of course, sometimes, so try not to get frustrated with that, but... yeah, just... feel free to go ahead and, like, spoil stuff. I really don't care in this particular playthrough. I've seen this game more than enough times that I'm not really worried about it. So yeah, I totally realize, of course, we can go after, like, Epona and everything, but come on, I want money. So, interesting things to note about this game, or at least one interesting thing, I should say, to note about this game. So this game was released, like, I want to say it was like a year, or developed within a year after Ocarina of Time had been released. It utilizes the majority of the same assets, but utilizes like completely different characters. So some of the characters are going to look a lot like other characters that you guys saw, like in Ocarina of Time and stuff, but they're not necessarily the same people. There is one exception. There's one very specific person that looks exactly like how he did in Ocarina of Time. Whoa. I don't know what that was all about, but okay. So unlike in Breath of the Wild, of course, there's no jump buttons, blah 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 blah. You know, this is like an old school Zelda game. No jumping allowed. Oh no. Another interesting side note about this game, there is a theory that this is the death of young Link. Because supposedly, like, right there he died. Falling through, and that this is just now his death.
What's with that stupid horse ears? It doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. There's no point in riding a thing like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Aw, boo-hoo, why the sad face? I just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Oh, come now. Do you really think you can beat me as I am now? Fool!
This game is a little bit on the dark side for a Zelda game, by the way. Just full disclosure, it's not bloody, it's not gory or anything like that. It's not like... It's slightly nightmarish. In certain ways. Mostly in really amusing ways as we look at it now. Oh, no!
Now that's a good look for you. He'll stay here looking that way forever. This is Sis! Whoa, whoa, Skull Kid! Wait for me, I'm still here! Tail, you can't leave without me! You! If I wasn't dealing with you, I wouldn't have got myself separated from my brother. Well, don't just sit there, Deku boy, do something! Why are you looking at me like that? What, is there something stuck in my face? Will you stop staring at me and just open that door for me? Please, come on. I'm a helpless little girl. Wait, no, come on. A helpless little girl is asking you, so hurry up. You're not so helpless like you scared my horse away from me. Oh, Tail. I wonder if that child will be alright on his own.
So yeah, we are now officially a Deku Scrub. We can, like, run around, we can spin, and we're stuck like this. We can't remove this. Yet. Let's see. We can do this, though. Which lets us kind of just fly around. Alright, fine.
Hey, wait for me. Don't leave me behind.
I absolutely wish I could. You know, it is really unfortunate. Like, the whole premise of this game is that Link, like, Navi just disappears at the end of Ocarina of Time and just goes off on her own, and little Link has to go find her. But what's really unfortunate about that is a lot of people hate Navi as a character.
So, that stuff back there. I, apologize. So take me with you.
I said, yeah, hey, listen. I know.
You want to know about that skull kid who just ran off, right? Well, I just so happen to have an idea of where he might be going. Take me with you, and I'll help you out. Deal? Please? Good. So then it's settled. Now then, I'll be your partner, or at least until we catch that skull kid. My name's Tattle. So, it's nice to meet you, or whatever. Now that we've got all that straightened out, can we stop messing around and get moving? If I figure something out, press up and I'll tell you, and I'll tell it to you. Hopefully you'll manage to get by without my help until then.
Let's see. Yeah, so there's little Deco bushes all over the place here.
Hey, if I call you, press up right away. I can tell you're not very used to your Deku Scrub body yet. Alright, listen up. If you press and hold A as a Deku Scrub, well, we already figured this out. Oh. Okay, there. Oh, and to make sure that they're credited, I am utilizing a guide from ZeldaDungeon.net. So just making sure that you guys know, not only, of course, that I'm using a guide, which I already indicated, but just making sure you guys know who it is, just so that they're properly credited. I utilize Zelda Dungeon for a lot of the Zelda games. Like, if there's somewhere that I'm stuck, that's my primary choice. There we go. There we go. Come. Deku nuts! That makes me hungry. Just kidding. I just had dinner. I'm fine. God, I forgot how... Oh, that's right. The Z button is your camera controls. Okay. And let's see. There's another... Another one right here. Oh, please make it. Please make it. Please. Oh, okay. Hey you, come on, press Z and talk to me. There you go. See, you can do it if you try. When I fly over to people or objects, use Z to look at them so you can talk to them. Use Z targeting to talk to people, even if they're far away. Or if there's no one to target, you can use Z to look straight ahead. But enough about that for now. Come over to this tree and check it out.
I really wanted to give her a more annoying voice, to be honest with all of you. I really did, but my wife convinced me not to, because she's like, it's going to be horrific to listen to throughout the entire game.
It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree. It looks all dark and gloomy, almost like it could start crying any second now. How sad.
Oh good, she does have remorse. Some mild amount of it. Jerk. I know who's coming up too right away. And I need to think of a good voice for this guy.
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. During my travels, A very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at a loss, and now I've found you. Now don't think me rude, but I've been following you. For I know of a way to return you to your former self. If you can get back the precious item that was stolen from you, I'll return you to normal. In exchange, all I ask is that you also get back my precious mask that the imp stole from me. What? Is it not a simple task? Why, to someone like you, it should be by no means be a difficult task. Except, the one thing is, I'm a very busy fellow, and I must leave this place in 3 days. How grateful I would be if you could bring it back to me before my time here is up. But yes, you'll be fine. I see you're young and have tremendous courage. I'm sure you'll find it right away. Well then, I'm counting on you.
Okay, cool thing. Before we leave this room, I gotta show this off. This is kind of cool. So you can look at this guy. Look at his masks. Like all these different masks, right? Look right above where it's aiming. Yes, it's Mario's mask. I have no idea why, but it's awesome. So there's a reason, by the way, that I haven't played this game very much, and the reason why I've never gotten through it. This game is anxiety-inducing. And it's not because it's really creepy, it's not because it's scary. I mean, back then it would probably have creeped me out to play this game. The reason it's anxiety-inducing is you're constantly on the clock.
He gives me the creeps. That mask salesman was the... Sorry, just thinking out loud. But 3 days? Even if we never sleep, that still leaves us with a measly 72 hours. Talk about demanding. Well, don't just stand there. We're gonna see the Great Fairy. Look, you want to find the Skull Kid, don't you? The Great Fairy will know what he's up to. She watches over everything. And just between you and me, the Skull Kid is no match for the Great Fairy.
Okay, so one thing I do want to look at here. I know several things that we're supposed to do. And there's not a lot that we could have done, like, alternative from, like, what we've been doing now. But now the game opens up. So now we do kind of have to, like, get an idea of, like, what we have to do first. Okay, there's a couple things. Okay.
Go to the shrine near the North Gate, and you'll find the Great Fairy there.
Okay. Don't go near dogs. Don't go near dogs. Don't go near dogs. Dogs are mean. Dogs are mean in this game if you're a Deku Shrub. So yeah, we need to go here. And we actually need this guy, despite how much I dislike him.
What's this? Green clothes. White fairy? Sir, could you by any chance be a forest fairy? Oh my. My name is Tingle. I think I am the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas, though I am already aged 35, no fairy has come to me yet. My father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Now, while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky, you're so lucky to have a fairy. I know, we should be friends. Yes, in exchange I will sell you a map for cheap, as a sign of my friendship. Will you buy one of Tingle's maps?
Yeah, we just want the clock down.
Yippee!
You got a map of Clocktown. Now you can find your way around town. The red arrow on the map. Yeah, we understand the basic map.
Well, call again. Tingle, tingle, Kooloo-Limpa. These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them.
So yeah, depending on where you're at in the world, apparently, I guess in Japan they absolutely love Tingle. Most people in the U.S. absolutely despise it. That's why we actually didn't get several. We didn't get several games that were exclusive to Japan because of that.
Oh no, the Great Fairy.
Whoop.
Young one. Wait.
Young one, please hear my plea. I have been broken and shattered to pieces by the masked Skull Kid. Please find the one stray fairy lost in town. Bring her to this fairy fountain.
Alright, we can do that. Whee! Okay, so yeah, we had to get the map. Whoop, up, 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 up. I'm trying to read and move at the same time. So, we need to go find the stray fairy. Thankfully, guys, I know exactly where the fairy's at. You don't have to worry about it. I know exactly where it is. I did want to save, like, a little bit of time by, like, remembering where a couple of things were, like having to go look up some guides and stuff like that to kind of get an idea of where some stuff was. Now, the location of this fairy apparently changes depending on the time of day.
Please hear my plea. The masked Skull Kid has broken me, apart and scattered by pieces. Please find the way to return me to the fairy fountain in North Clocktown.
So yeah, other cool thing, this little guy can like hop across the water, which is really, really awesome. But if he gets, like, if you hop too many times, I think it's like 4 or 5 times in the water, and you're still over the water, he will drop and drown. So you can only do it so many times. You know, let's also double check something really quick. Okay. So we do still have access to a suspend menu. We don't have... Some of the games have like a rewind feature. I noticed the 64 games do not have that, unfortunately. Oh, what voice to give the fairies. Oh no.
Tattle, and you, young one of the altered shape. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I thought that Masked Child was helping me, and I grew careless. All I can offer you now is this. I shall grant you magic power as a sign of my gratitude. Please accept it.
Bloop. I'm not sure why the Deku Scrub reacts like that.
You've been granted magic power. In your current form, press B to shoot bubble blasts. Press and hold B to blow a big bubble. Release B to shoot it. The man who lives in the observatory outside of town may know of the Skull Kid's whereabouts, but be careful. You must not underestimate that child's powers, kind young one. If ever you are returned to your former shape, come see me. I shall give you more help.
Yeah, I think she actually is supposed to give us something really cool. I just don't remember what it is. Alrighty. Now, just because I know what I'm going to be doing next. Wow, I'm surprised it takes so long to save. Granted, this was actually a pretty advanced game even for the... This was a little bit advanced for the Nintendo 64, to be honest. Pop.
Hiya, you the one who just popped that up there? Not bad for a Deku scrub. We bombers have a hideout that leads to the observatory outside town. You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is.
You know what? It seems like this kid, like, deserves... Because he's part of a gang, it sounds like he deserves, like, more of, like, a New York accent. Like,
You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is. But don't think you're just getting it that easily.
nah, I'm still just drawing back into, like, Hillbilly Ruffian.
I can't just tell you what the code is. You'll have to pass my test first. Are you ready? Alright, line up, guys. If you can find all 5 of us by tomorrow morning, I'll teach you the code. Are you ready?
There's a one kid just falls over. Okay, so important. You don't just have to find them. You have to tag them. Okay, so that kid was really, really easy to find. There's another one that's right over here. Okay. Let's go here. Oh, crud. Ah. There. Great, where'd the kid go? Wait, which way did he go? Oh, here he is. Got him. Wait. No! Oh, we have to go get him again. I thought he fell over, so I thought we got him.
Aw, you caught me. Now there's only 2 left.
And it's funny, too, because you would think that they would, like, divide the kids out evenly and make you actually, like, explore more of the city. But no. Not even close. They're only in 3 areas of the city. And yes, I noticed the Deku, not the Deku, but the heart piece up top. We're not going to get it yet. We will. Don't worry. We're going to get it. That's right. This isn't one of the kids.
If you want to pass through here, you have to say the secret code. Wrong.
Let's see. Seriously? I can't get past... Okay.
Oh, why do we have to play these stupid brats' little game? Come on, hurry up and find them already.
Only 12 hours and 52 minutes left until morning. Yeah, it's not gonna be hard. Are they both gonna run for... Seriously? I can't get him out of there. Alright, fine. We'll go after the other one. Wait, where'd the other one go? Night of the first day. Okay, there actually is a trick to doing this. Forget it.
Hi, you caught me. Now there's only one left. No way, you finally got me. Yeah, you're pretty good for a Deku scrub. If only you were human. Then I could give you an original Bomber's notebook and make you a member. What do you guys think? No way, no scrubs. I guess not. Once we let some kid who wasn't human join our gang, and boy did we ever regret it. Sorry. But I'll teach you the code, just like I promised. I can tell you only once though, so pay close attention. Are you ready?
Okay, we have to remember this, because this is different for pretty much every game. Okay, 41253. I'm give me a second. I'm taking a picture with my phone. Because we cannot forget this. If we do, we have to do that game all over again. And it's intended that you are supposed to write this down. Every game has this. It's unique. Okay. So we're done with that. I don't think I can get... What the? I don't think I can get the heart piece yet. But that's okay. Let me double check here. Okay. Yeah. Where's the little kid? There we are.
If you want to pass through here, you have to see the secret code. What's the code?
And it's stupid because I literally just looked at it and I don't remember it already. 41253. 41253.
That's right. If you know the code, then you're a member, right? Okay, here you go. There's a lot of cool stuff at that telescope guy's place. Oh yeah, and the Bomber Secret Society of Justice Forever.
Alright, so... Okay. Yeah, there it is. Wow, that thing's really obvious. Come on. For some reason, I didn't think that was going to be obvious. It's like one of the first enemies in this game that you can actually go after. And there's actually a lot of new enemies in this game, too. I should mention that. Like, I know that I said that this game reused a lot of assets from Ocarina of Time, and that is true. It did. It reutilized a lot of the assets. But there's also a lot of them that are also brand new. Like, there are character models that are used in this that were never used in Ocarina of Time anywhere. At least as far as I can tell. Whoop. I didn't mean to do that. Money, 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 money.
Oh, yo, baby. I'm a styling scarecrow wandering in search of pleasant music. Time will pass in the blink of an eye if you dance with me. If you like, baby, we can forget the time and dance until dawn. Shall we dance? No. Oh, sorry, that's too bad. In that case, come back anytime if you decide you want to dance. By the way, I know of a mysterious song that allows you to manipulate the flow of time. Do you want to learn it? Yes. Oh yeah, now listen up. If you play that strange song backwards, you can slow the flow of time. And if you play each note twice in a row, you can move a half day forward through time. How's that? Pretty interesting, isn't it? But I'm sure I'd like any song. Written by you better, baby. If you like, you can play one for me.
Anybody asking, by the way, why I gave him a French accent? His name is Pierre. That's the only reason I gave him a really bad French accent. And I won't be taking any questions, and I am not apologizing. Alright. God, this place is a head trip. Whew. Well. Actually, wait a minute. No. Let's see. It's a good voice for this guy. Well, a strange-looking child has joined me No. Stay a while and listen. A strange-looking child has joined me today. Are you a new friend of the Bombers gang? Your manners seem much better than those of your mischievous friend from the other day. That ill-mannered troublemaker from the other day said he'd break my instruments. He said he'd steal my moon's tear, but there was no stopping him. Yeah, I'm thinking this guy would sound a lot more like Deckard Cain from Diablo or something like that. Even now, just watch him. He's probably causing trouble around the clock tower. Will you gaze into the telescope? Yeah, sure. Let's look. Yeah, you're giving us freebies, like... Sounds good to me. It actually makes, like, metal clunking noises. This is kind of cool. Like, anytime you're moving it around. I'm actually confirming some stuff that I saw in a guide earlier. I watched a video guide earlier on the game. And I was a little bit curious if what the guy indicated in the guide was correct. And yeah, absolutely everything looks correct. We should probably get moving though, because that moon is moving. Ah! God, I hate that thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna kick that now. Wow. Did you find that troublemaker? And that loud noise? What was that? Perhaps another moon tear has fallen nearby. Go through that door and take a look outside. But I wonder how the troublemaker got on top of the clock tower. The only way up there is through the clock door, and that opens only on the eve of the carnival. Talking like Deckard Cain is actually a lot harder than it sounds. Like, everybody knows the line, stay a while and listen. But when you actually try to, regularly talk like him, it's, yeah, I'm kind of at a loss sometimes. Alright. Is that it? that all we're doing? Let's see if that's up. So we kind of don't have a lot to do right now, just because we are kind of stuck in this form. One thing we can do, though, is we're going to talk to this guy. Oh, baby, I'm a styling scarecrow wandering in search of pleasant music. Time will pass in the blink of an eye if you dance with me. If you like, baby, we can dance. We can forget the time and dance till dawn. Shall we dance? Yes. Oh yeah, in that case, forget the time. Let's dance! So this time is originally... Sorry, time. Song is originally Saria's song from Ocarina of Time. Oh yeah, how was it? It went by in an instant, right? I'm still full of energy. If you like, baby, we can forget the time and dance until night. Shall we dance? Yes, actually, we do want to. And then I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna go. Well, no, I should dance until morning of the third day. Oh yeah, how was... Okay, yeah, we're not doing this again. I've insulted French people enough, I think. I apologize. Even though I said I wouldn't. If you're offended, I apologize. If you're not offended, then I'm still having just fun. That's not creepy and ominous. So the guide actually recommends that, like, if you're not familiar with this game, those 2 days are basically like for you to just run around. Okay, no, we don't need to do that because, yeah, we already did that. We do need, in the future, we do need to come up with a song for him, though, because we will need the Scarecrow song at some point. Okay, so we come out here. Oh, spider's gone, never mind. I thought the Sculptula was still going to be there. Okay, so if we look up, yeah, I think the moon gets like progressively bigger the longer you go. Like the more time you take, the bigger that moon gets. And that is part of what makes this game so like anxiety inducing. And I don't know how well you guys can hear the music. I can hear the music super well. Because I'm wearing a headset so that I can hear what you guys are supposed to be hearing. And there is a dark undertone to the music. Okay. Speak to this guy.
Hey there, little guy. I want you to deposit some rubies. Nowadays, even if people have money, they don't deposit any. Nothing. So for a limited time, I'll give you a special gift based on how much you deposit. For example, if you deposit 200 rupees, you'll get an item that holds a lot of rupees. So what'll it be? All right. So, how much?
You know, banks actually used to do stuff like this where they'd give you a gift just for opening an account and depositing it. Like, actually.
Seriously? That's a lot! A lot! So, little guy, what's your name? Link, is it? Got it. I won't forget your deposits. Let me stamp you with my special ink. Hey, relax. It doesn't leave any marks and it's not gonna hurt. There. Now I'll know you when I see you. Alright, little guy. Now I've got a total of 50 rupees from you. Come back and deposit some after you've saved a bunch.
There's a reason we did that, by the way. So the reason we did that is because, unfortunately, every time... Well, this isn't really... There's... Wait. Hang on. This is my private property. Don't try using it when I'm not around. The town's carnival is starting to look a little iffy. I'm thinking of closing up shop so I can get a gift for my wife and return to her in my village. I've heard that a stone called the Moon's Tear shines brighter than any other in the land. If you've got one, I'd really like to get it from you. My wife would love it. So, if you give it to me, I'll give you my spot here. Deku flower included. Press start to open. Okay, so this is really important, and I saw this in the guide earlier, so I'll reiterate this in case anybody's like doing a play along with me for any reason. Just as a warning, whenever you have to give an item to somebody, talk to them, and this will come up. Do not use the item in front of them. I might make that mistake later, which is why I'm going to be using the save features quite a bit. But just as a warning, this could happen where you accidentally use something, and yeah, you were supposed to just kind of like chill and hang out and talk to them first. Okay, so press start. Okay. Return. Ah, that stone. You must hand it over to me. In exchange, I'll give you my spot here. Deku flower included. Yes? You traded the Moon's Tear for a land title deed. And that dog is gonna bite us. You really helped me out. Now I have the perfect souvenir for my wife. She hasn't set eyes on a jewel or strange sparkling stone like this in a very long time. The title deed for the spot should be in high demand among Deku Scrubs, but you already know that. If you don't need it anymore, you can always sell it. Choppa, 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 choppa. Oh. Yep. I love dogs myself, but god, dogs, they suck in this game. If you're a Deku Scrub. There we go. The door to the clock tower opens only once a year at midnight on the eve of the carnival. Yeah, we're gonna be waiting here probably for a minute. We got a piece of heart. And no one's wanted for murder. Let's see. Yeah, there's a reason for all the rumbling. Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot that we can do right now. I actually probably should have... I probably should have done this by an extra, like, half of a day. Maybe. Okay, what do you want? Yes, we know. I know that it does. But there's nowhere else to go. We're just gonna have to wait. So the whole idea, I guess, is that there's like this big carnival that they hold every year. And it always falls the same day every year. And this big old clock tower opens up and they have fun. The problem is that this year everybody wants to run away because the moon suddenly just showed up. Oh wow, it's moving. That wasn't ominous at all. Did you all see that? Like, this thing's creepy! Look at it! Like, okay, hold on. This is just... Yeesh. Never wanted to look up the moon's nostrils. I'm trying to remember who it was in my family. There was... I don't remember if it was my brother or one of my cousins. I think it was one of my cousins. Used to be afraid of the man in the moon. Like, my mom pointed it out to them at one point, like, showed them what the face looked like in the man in the moon. And after they saw it, it freaked them out. Every time they went to go to bed, every time they went to go to sleep, they'd have to close the curtains in their room because they couldn't look outside. I never really understood that, though, because honestly, like, I've always liked the man in the moon. And Kat, if you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, I believe in Asia, in different Asiatic countries, don't they have, isn't it like there's bunnies? There's, like, a bunny in the moon? Or something like that? And that's where the, like, whole Mario Odyssey, like, rabbits on the moon came from? I really should do, like, my own fact-finding. I really should. That is creepy, guys. That is, it is, like, legitimately getting closer, little bit by little bit. On the last day, like, the whole ground rumbles and everything. It's creepy. I love the color changes, though. Like, the subtle color changes and everything. It's very nice. Thankfully, we don't have to wait too long. For our doom! Night of the final day. 12 hours remain. It really is too bad that the moon doesn't talk in this game. It needs a voice. It does. It needs some kind of a voice. And it has really big nostrils. Like, and they're open. They're open, so you can't give it a nasally voice or anything like that. Like, it would be, like, super imposing, I would feel. Kat was telling me, too, that I have to make sure 100% that all the voices are, like, as consistent as humanly possible as well. I'm going to try and make them consistent. I'm going to try really, really hard to keep them consistent. I know I already messed up with the Bomber Boys. I know I did. It's okay. We don't have to wait too much longer. See, every time the sun goes around down there, every time it goes around, it goes up an hour. We only have to wait until midnight. Tick, tock, tick, tock. We're slowly losing our minds. It's okay. During this time, I'm actually getting a little bit caught up on exactly what we're going to do. Because as soon as we're done with this, there's a couple of things we have to do directly after this. We're definitely not getting to the first dungeon tonight. We will probably get a lot of, like, the optional stuff done. The stuff that you can do before you go to the very first dungeon. There's a couple of different things. There's some pieces of heart we can get. There's, I believe we can get the adult's wallet, which lets you hold more money, which is very important. Although I was gonna say there is kind of there's a weird thing about this game. Okay, it's a really really weird thing that I want to explain. The weird thing is, you know how I dropped off that money earlier? It makes no sense. Like, none of it actually makes sense as to how you can drop off money in this game. And the reason I say that is because regardless of whether or not you put money in the bank, if you reset time, the money's not going to be there. Okay. Here we go, midnight. Everybody loves fireworks. I love fireworks, and I actually really do love fireworks. Fireworks shows are amazing. Although I will say, so I saw this fireworks show, what I thought was a fireworks show on Facebook. That just looked absolutely amazing, right? Turns out it wasn't a real fireworks show, and Facebook actually hit me with not a ban, but kind of like a misinformation thing. Because I posted that it was a fireworks show, and they're like, "Yeah, this isn't really a fireworks show. It's a digital artistry thing."
Sis! Ah, Tail, we've been looking for you two. Hey, Skull Kid, what if you gave that mask you're wearing back now? Hey, come on, are you listening? Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry, the four who are there. Bring them here. Don't speak out of line, stupid fairy. No, what are you doing to my brother? Skull Kid, do you still think you're our friend after that? Well, whatever. Even if they were to come now, they wouldn't be able to handle me. Just look above you. If it's something that can be stopped, then just try to stop it. Here comes the moon.
Okay.
You got the Ocarina of Time back. Princess Zelda gave you this precious instrument. Suddenly, memories of Princess Zelda come rushing back to you. You're already leaving this land of Hyrule, aren't you? Even though it was only a short time, I feel like I've known you forever. I'll never forget the days we spent together in Hyrule. And I believe in my heart that a day will come when I shall meet you again. Until that day comes, please, take this. I am praying that your journey be a safe one.
Well, that prayer went out the window.
If something should happen to you, remember this song.
People should remember this. If you played Ocarina of Time, you know this song. That's really awkward to play. With the way that you have to do it with a Pro controller, or even just a regular Switch controller like the Joy-Cons, that's really awkward.
You remembered the Song of Time. This melody lingering on the edges of your mind is a song of memories of Princess Zelda.
And she's never referenced for the rest of the game. At least I don't believe she is. I think that was it. The goddess of time is protecting you. If you play the song of time, she will aid you. What goddess of time? Wait, what? Snap out of it. What are you doing getting lost in memories? Get yourself together. Getting that old ocarina back isn't going to help us. Somebody, anybody, goddess of time, help us, please. We need more time. Time, where's the time? Yeah, what's weird about this is that, as far as I know, there were only 3 goddesses. There's the goddess of power, goddess of wisdom, and the goddess of courage. So where's the goddess of time come in? I don't recognize that anywhere. Unless that's from, like, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. Which it could be, I suppose? Huh? When did you get that instrument? This I love. I love that each one of the masks gives you a different instrument. Save and return to the dawn of the first day. Yeah. Here you go, guys. This is the main mechanic of this game. You have to do this at minimum every 3 days. Otherwise you die. Everybody dies. I'm so sorry. I just put chips in my mouth and she went to talk. Well, what just happened? Everything is... Started over. Yep, moon's all the way back up there again. What are you, anyway? That song you played, that instrument. That instrument! Wait, that's it, your instrument! The mask salesman said that if you got back the precious thing that was stolen from you, he could return you to normal. Did you completely forget or what? It sounds like you forgot. Yeah, let's go. I want to get out of this form. I hate it when the dogs attack me. Were you able to recover your precious item from that imp? Oh! You got it! You got it! You got it! You got it! Then listen to me. Please play this song that I'm about to perform, and remember it well. Okay, first off, where did that thing come from? Second of all, I would like you to pay attention to the angle that his head is turned. His shoulders are straight forward. He's not pivoting at his torso, guys. That's at his neck. This one will be easier to play. And there goes our nightmare.
This is a melody that heals evil magic and troubled spirits, turning them into masks. I'm sure it will be of assistance to you in the future. Ah, yes, I give you this mask in commemoration of this day. Fear not, for the magic has been sealed inside the mask. When you wear it, you will transform into the shape you just were. When you remove it, you will return to normal.
The other main mechanic of this game. We got the Dick Mask.
Now I have fulfilled my promise to you. So please, give me that which you promised me. Don't tell me. My mask. You did get it back, didn't you? What have you done to me? If you leave my mask out there, something terrible will happen. The mask that was stolen from me is called Majora's Mask. It is an accursed item from legend that is said to have been used by an ancient tribe in its hexing rituals. It is said that an evil and wicked power is bestowed upon the one who wears that mask. According to legend, the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great the Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophe, sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. But now that tribe from the legend has vanished, so no one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. But I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. When I finally had it, I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing. It was an unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. And now that imp has it, I'm begging you, you must get that mask back quickly, or something horrible will happen. I'm begging you, you must do it. Really? You'll do it for me? I was certain you would tell me that. You'll be fine. Surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths. Believe.
Yeah, he's just a little on the creepy side. I like the Happy Mask salesman, though.
That mask. The Skull Kid uses the power of that mask to do these terrible things. Well, whatever it takes, we've got to do something about it. The swamp, mountains, ocean, and canyon that Tails trying to tell us about? I bet he was referring to the 4 areas just outside of town. There's one in each compass direction. But what do you suppose he meant by the 4 who are there? I have no idea. He always skips important stuff. I guess we should just go and find out. If we go through that great gate straight ahead, we'll be heading in the direction of the swamp.
Okay, but that's not necessarily the direction I want to go. So, or maybe it is. So, there's a bunch of, like, extra stuff that we can do right now. So we can skip and just, like, immediately go to the swamp. And I don't want to. See, in the first 3 days, basically, it's all, like, leading up to getting the Deku Mask, right? And then once you get the Deku Mask, it's you're just supposed to move on and go to this, like, optional stuff that you can do for the swamp. So, or before the swamp. So, very first thing we want to do is we're going to go... See, now the dogs want to attack us. very first thing we want. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yes, got it.
Please hear my plea. The masked skull kid has broken me apart.
So, yeah, when you reset everything, legit, pretty much everything resets. So, you know, if you beat a boss, it resets. You completed a temple, it resets. You put together a fairy, it technically resets. So time is really important in this game. Like, duh, obviously. It's very important in this game. Which is one of the reasons we're utilizing a map. And the reason I'm utilizing a guide. I don't want to have to figure this out over the course of, like, 80 hours. Okay. But we're doing this because she told us to come back if we ever got our form. Now, she may not remember us. But hey, we are in a human form now. So now she should give us something else.
Oh, Tattle, and you, kind young one. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind, she does remember us. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the great fairy of magic. For now, this is all I can offer you. Allow me to ease your weariness as my token of gratitude. No, there's something else you can give me. Oh, kind young one. Scattered throughout the 4 temples of this land are broken stray fairies like me. Please find a way to save them and return them to their fountains. Surely they will add to your strength. Allow me to grant you something good, so that the stray fairies will not fear you.
I would be frightened. My God. So yeah, this is... You need to have this mask if you want to collect all the fairies.
Come see me whenever your quest has made you weary.
But yeah, there's like... In every single temple, so there's 4 temples in this game. In every temple, there's 15 hidden fairies. And for some of them, in order to lure them to you, you have to have that mask on. So let's see, where's our... Yeah, we've already got... Now we've got 2 masks. Ah! Oh, let's get this out of the way, too. This... Okay, this is one of the relatively, like, quote-unquote, creepy parts of the game. And the only time you have to see that. Yes, there we go. Wait, I can't climb up this? Is there a ladder? Oh, never mind. I get it. Oh. There we go. Okay. And Al, yes, you're totally right. This game is not even, like, remotely as creepy as Doki Doki Literature Club. Not even remotely. And admittedly, this game does have a very close contender with Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is also really dark. It has some very dark themes to it. Okay, so we got the mask, we got a piece of heart in the tree, and then... Oh, there's another thing we have to do. We have to talk to this kid. Is it 41253? Is that our code? Yep, 41253.
If you want to pass through here, you gotta say the secret code.
4, 1, 2, 5, 3.
Oh, that's right. If you know the code, then you're a member, right? Okay, here you go. There's a lot of cool stuff in the telescope guy's place.
So I guess technically, if you want to, like, I think you guys remember earlier that the one boy mentioned that he would have given us like a notebook if we'd been human, because he's a racist. So you can still get it. And I also just remembered something really, really important. Crud, how do you do this? Yes! Okay, I forgot about doing that completely. And that's like one of the very first things you should do whenever you're resetting in this game, whenever you reset time, is play the inverted Song of Time. So yeah, time will now move slower. It moves at half the rate that it normally does. Okay, let's just skip that, because I don't want to watch that repeatedly. Bonk. Okay. Let's go up the ladder. I don't know if we can set a song for Pierre or not right now. Maybe we can? I kind of want to.
Oh, baby, that's a nice thing you got there. Let me hear a song you wrote on that. Wow, oh yes, that's a nice tune, baby. By the way, I know of a mysterious song that allows you to manipulate the flow of time. Want to learn it?
No, I already know it.
If you'd like to see me again, play that song you just played for me. See you later, baby.
So yeah, that's now our new Scarecrow song, I guess. Ah, whoever designed this place was on acid!
Well, you're a child I've never seen in town before. Are you a new friend of the Bombers? I always say, it is important to develop your interest while you are young. You can use this telescope to look around town. If you're interested, give it a try.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at it. So now... controls are inverted. Yeah, so you get to look at Skull Kid and shaking his fanny at us again. But the important thing...
Shaken, not stirred. That's how I like my margaritas. Wait, not a margarita. I like martinis. I'm a sophisticated man.
Not to say that people who drink margaritas are sophisticated.
Well, how was it? Did you discover anything interesting?
God, I sound like the guy from Rear Window. If you've never seen that movie, by the way, go watch it. It's an amazing movie. I'm sorry, I know my wife hates it, but... Or at least I think my wife hates that movie. But it is a good movie. It's a Alfred Hitchcock movie, believe it or not. And it is suspenseful. It's good, but it's not like if you've ever seen The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds is really dark and it's creepy and it's violent. Whereas Rear Window is there's a minimal amount of violence in it, but it's suspenseful and it's interesting. If you like murder mysteries, you'd probably like it. I gotta ask my dad. I think my dad likes it. It's something I can talk to him about without talking about politics. Which is difficult in this day and age. It's terrible. Okay, so... Okay, we need to escape through here because we're going to get something.
Hey, guy, you haven't passed my test, so how did you know my secret code? Nobody but bombers know that code, so why do you know it? Listen, guy, you're pretty good. You managed to figure out a code that only we know. Now that's something. I like you. What's your name, guy? Link, huh? Alright, that Skull Kid broke our rules and is doing all kinds of stuff. I'm making Link a new member of the Bombers instead. This is the Bomber's Notebook. It contains the words we live by. Read it over. I'm walking here.
So this thing is like absolutely necessary throughout this game in order to keep track of. You'll see. I'll show you. I'll show you what it is. It's kind of interesting.
1. Find the troubled people and add their names and pictures. Only 20 people will fit in your book,
Which means 20 people throughout the world need our help.
promise to help them. Mark promises with promise stickers. Never be late with fulfilling your promises. Whenever you solve someone's problem, it makes you happy, so a happy sticker will be added to your book. No removing stickers. Use promise stickers to keep track of people until everyone is happy. Don't forget the rules. Tattle, you tell that Skull Kid he's out of here. He's been acting like a real jork lately. The Bomber's Secret Society of Justice was added to your notebook. You were taught the secret code. This was added to your notebook.
And he runs away for some reason. So, what that did, for those of you who do not know, is... if we open this up, this now tells us where people are and what their cycle is. Like, where they are at what time as you encounter people. That's one of the other reasons you're really kind of supposed to talk to people more. So, like, there's a whole bunch of different people you have to talk to. And we will talk to them throughout the game. Okay. This, I'm going to create a spend point here. Because I know that there's something I can do right here. You can see that there's a bit of a jump here. Nope. Let's see. Yep, there we go. There's a reason we're doing this. There is a reason, I promise. There we go. That very first jump that I did, you have to roll. If you don't roll, you'll miss that. Okay. So let's go take this money. Let's go drop it at the bank. Because the guy told us if we drop 200 rupees... If we do 200 rupees, he'll give us an adult wallet. We're already almost there.
What's this? You need something?
Deposit rupees.
Excuse me, but let me take a look at you. Ah, yes, Link.
See, this is the part that doesn't make sense. I didn't deposit until the third day. How does he know who I am?
Well, are you going to make a deposit? Oh, right. So, how much?
I appreciate his enthusiasm. Especially since I used to be a bank teller. And this sucks. Being a bank teller was not my favorite job. It was not. Granted, like, there's a lot of different reasons why I didn't like it. You know what? We actually, unfortunately... Wait! Oh, wait! Hang on. This is my private property. Don't try to use it when I'm not around. Sir, I keep hearing about a stone called a Boomstier, and it's supposed to be the shiniest stone in the world. Do you have one? If you have one, I'll trade you the spot, and I'll throw in the Deku flower too. This is a very popular spot among Deku scrubs. Haven't you heard about this spot? I'm telling you, it's a real bargain. Yeah, you actually do want to get this spot, I guess, like, on the regular? Wait. Yeah, Moon Tier. Ah, that stone. You must give it to me. In exchange, I'll give you my spot here, and I'll throw in this Deku flower too. I thought it was the Deku flower. You traded the Moon's Tear for a land title deed. Sir, you've really helped me out. Now I have the perfect souvenir for my wife. She hasn't seen a jewel or strange shiny stone like this in quite a long time. The title deed for the spot will be in big demand by Deku scrubs outside of town. You should be able to sell it to a Deku scrub for a good price. Yeah, there actually is like a trading sequence to this a little bit. Okay. So... yeah, we do need to go do some stuff. Like, there is more to technically do, but really the next thing we really want to do is at night. So... yeah, there's a couple of things to do. And this is going to lead us outside. This is the first time we're going to go exit outside of the city now. So, we're going to run into enemies out here, definitely. So we're going to save, because, again, I haven't played this for a 3D Zelda game in a while, so... or at least 64 Zelda game. Stop right there! Have you some errand in the swamp? It's dangerous to go outside the town walls, so I cannot allow a child like you to... a sword? My apologies, sir. It was wrong of me to treat you like a child. The southern swamp at Woodfall lies in this direction. Be careful. Cool. That's nice. Like, kid's got a sword, so it's totally fine for him to go out, right? That's... alright. We got a sword! So you guys remember the choo-choo jellies from Breath of the Wild? That's what that was. I don't know how to feel about the choo-choo jellies in this game. They are rather unique, I guess, is the best thing that I can say. Okay. There's more to do. Hold on. So I think these guys are only just going to get us some additional, like, magic potions. So if we need those, we can get them. So... sorry, I'm trying to, like, read and do this all at the same time. So... we're kind of supposed to go over this way. Ah! I wonder if they let you charge this up more in the future. Okay, good. I can defend. I know that this seems, by the way, like I'm just like goofing off. I'm not. I'm actually doing what I'm technically supposed to be doing. See, this guy is... there we go. You're welcome. Oh. Hoy! I stole that ruby from a crow. Don't go stealing it, man. Tough luck. I just stole it from you. I know, Link is a bad kid in this one. Okay. So... that's what we were supposed to do here. We were just supposed to knock him down and steal his money. So, let's see. There's some more... whoop, up, 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 up. No rupee left behind. There's a chest over here. But you have to be careful because of that. More money! Okay, I don't... do we actually even have to do all this? Oh yeah, because it actually does want us to get a lot of money. Okay. So yeah. So it says by this point we should have... we should have around 90 rupees at this point. However, I do want some health back. So give me that heart. Thanks. Now... some like bushes along this way and stuff somewhere. Maybe. I don't see any bushes, though. Oh, there's a bush just right there. Did it repeat? No. Oh, look, a fountain! What a pretty looking fountain. Okay, so we're gonna go back in here. What's this? You need something? Excuse me, let me take a look at you. I was here like 5 minutes ago. Ah, yes, Link. If I remember, you're the little guy who deposited 149 rupees. Are you gonna make a deposit? Oh, right. So, how much? So... really? Are you gonna be depositing 96 rupees? Seriously? That's a lot, that's a lot, that's a lot, that's a lot! Alright, little guy, now I got a total of 245 rupees from you. What's this? You've already saved up 200 rupees? Well, little guy, here's your special gift. Take it!
You got an adult wallet. This is a wallet for adults, so it holds a lot of rupees. Now you can carry up to 200 of them. See? Does it hold more than your old one? Fill it up and bring it all into deposit.
Alright. So. We're supposed to go. Where are we going? So apparently, these fountains have water. Sorry, not water, rupees. Yep. Wait. No, it said there was more than that. Hold on. This item doesn't seem to work here. That's okay. It doesn't need to. I didn't mean to click that. Huh. Well, okay. I thought that there was more than that. Okay. So, oh, that's a total of 10 rupees. Okay, so then we have to go along... slashing bushes. And don't worry, this isn't like a game-breaking thing or anything like this. It's just ways, you know, the ideal way, I guess, to earn money. At least at this point in the game. Is that a Sheikah stone?
Only 62 hours and 47 seconds remaining.
No, 62 hours and 47 minutes. Never mind. Down, boy. Yeah, so it's actually been relatively correct so far. That it's like, we should be around 30 rupees right now. So we're doing good. Cool. Okay, so we're at the north edge now. Okay, so from here, we're supposed to kind of go up. Okay. There's something special up here that's kind of neat. Oh, God. You know what? I think actually I can take that thing on. I think. Hey, you. Ouch. Uh-oh. Nope. Yeesh. I am so sorry about the beeping. Old Zelda game. Can't be helped. And I know, I'm sorry. We barely even get to see the monster that we're fighting. Yee! Money, 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 money. Okay, so this also apparently changes. Never mind. Hold on. Nope. It's not what I wanted. But you know, technically that works. So it's... There we go. We actually ended up with more money than I really expected out of that, to be honest with you. Okay. Let's, before we die, get out of here. I really don't want to die. I do, however, really want to find one of those red choo-choos somewhere. I know there's one at the north, which is actually one of the places we're going to go to, so it's totally fine. You would think a song like the Song of Healing potentially would actually heal us, but unfortunately it does not. No, you're not the one I'm looking for. Well, it's actually not the north we want to go through, it's the other one. But I want this guy. Come here. Come here, let me hug you. There we go. Give me a heart. Now let's just wait for him to reform. Because as soon as he does, we're just going to kill him. We're going to get another heart back. Alright. That's good. It's good for me. Really, we didn't need to have this many rupees. It's just as convenience. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here, I think. Okay. Let's make sure what exactly I have to do here. So, just getting money, getting money, getting money, getting money. More getting money. Okay, we have to be in clock down before midnight, and that's totally fine. So, what we have to do... We actually could have gone through the other way. Should be here. So we do have to do a little bit of waiting around, unfortunately. This game is going to have a lot of waiting. Because I can't perfectly time out everything. It's just, it doesn't work that way. Okay, sorry about that. I had to mute my sound a little bit. Oh, you know what we can do, though? Yes. Because right now, time is moving, like, extra slow for us. You know what? While I'm here, just... Night of the first day. 60 hours remain. Oh, hello.
I'm not doing anything suspicious. Really?
You are creeping around, hanging around at the kids' playground in town. You tell me you're not doing anything creepy? By yourself? Hidden? Where the guard can't see you? Uh-huh. Sure. You're not doing anything suspicious. What is this exactly?
Deposit mail here. Ka-ching!
Oh, I don't have any mail.
Thank you for using the postal system. Ka-ching!
Come on, kid. You've been shooting at that all day, and you still haven't hit it. Come on. Really? By the way, I would say that we could try and speed up time here, but if we do, it'll actually mess things up, so. And then we'll have to wait even longer. That is one really unfortunate part about this game. Is that, yeah, if you mess up anything, time-wise, you kind of got to go back. The good news is we have the option of using save states now in this version. So thankfully, I will be utilizing those save states to make sure that anything that timing-wise, like there's God, do I want to spoil this? I guess I can spoil it. There's a thing later with aliens and cows. No joke, it is in the game. But there is a thing where you basically have to like stop some cows from getting taken by aliens. And if you don't, of course, you know, you have to like restart, and it's like a multi-day thing to do it. So we will be saving it during that time to make sure that it's like, okay, cool, let's not have to restart a 3-day cycle to get this thing done. Okay, we're at 9 hours. Yeah. I know, guys. I want this to be like a little more. There'll be more movement in the future, don't get me wrong. Like, I realize that this is going to be a little slow going. Tonight we're going to get... I think that there's some more heart pieces we're going to get. And there's... I want to say there's 3 masks we're going to get. I think. But we're going to get a couple of things done before we move on. I want to say that there's like 7 heart pieces we can get before the very first dungeon, which is great. Yeah, there's 7 pieces of heart we can get. And we'll probably get... We're probably going to keep going for a while. We're probably going to go for... I'm not going to go as long as my last stream. My last stream went way over time. So, we're probably going to stop... roughly like 8:45. We're going to start winding it down. I don't know that it's going to take us 45 minutes to get through all this, but we're gonna see how far it takes us. There's a lot of stuff that's going to get done like all like right at once. Okay. Okay, it's almost midnight. No. What I need is... Where is she? It's a little old lady who pops up around midnight on the first night, and we need to be like right here-ish. There she is, right here. Okay, now hold on. Wait, no. Okay, had to clear that out. We're going to slow time back down, because now I want time to be slower, so I have enough time to get everything done at night, because there's a couple of things that we have to do. Old lady has one of the important things for us to do. So she's going to move just a little bit slower. But what's important is... this right here. Him.
Ow! Watch out! Stop! Thief! Give the old lady her luggage back!
Yeah, he just runs out.
Oh, thank you. Since she didn't make off with them, I can finally stock bomb bags at our shop. Maybe I'll put 'em out tomorrow. Yes, I must thank you. It's a dangerous mask, but maybe you could use it to throw your own festival fireworks show.
The blast mask. You can have a blast with Bee, but you'll lose life energy in the process. Literally, she just gave us, like, our own, like, bomb vest.
Well, thanks for helping me. Take care.
The old lady from the bomb shop was added to your notebook. You guarded the old woman's luggage. This was added to your notebook. So, cool news about that, though, is, to my understanding, there is a way to utilize the bomb mask without losing... God, I just keep... There's a way to utilize the bomb mask, I believe, without losing health. But yeah, if we go here... Yeah, see? There's the old lady. And now we have this little completion. I don't know why it made that noise. We got the blast mask for it. But now we have this little badge all the way over on the right, indicating that it's like, oh yeah, we did the thing. So cool stuff. We're all good there, guys. We're done. And so that's what all the 20 of these are for, is because you'll notice there's 20 different slots for masks here. Alright, turn. Okay. Now, what was the other thing we have to do? Oh, I was going to show you guys, actually, what the bomb mask is like. So I believe if you shield and use it, yeah, if you shield and use it, you don't take damage. But it does take a minute to recharge. So it's handy. There we go. It is kind of weird, though, that she literally gave you something to blow yourself up with after you helped her. It is a little strange. Okay. Now, there's something else important over here. Okay. Okay, see, that music is what's really important. Yeah, it's right here. Oh, thank God. We actually got it. Okay. So we have to talk to this guy. Oh, I am no longer part of the living. My sadness to the moon. I haven't left my dance to the world. I'm filled with regret. Translation. I'm disappointed, O moon. I have died. Oh, I planned to bring the world together and stir it into a giant melting pot with my dance. If only I had taught my new dance to someone. The spirit dancer Kamaro was added to your notebook. Yes, we need to utilize... This guy's in trouble, right? He needs healing. So what was the song again? Left, right, down. Left, right, down. Okay. Because he's sad. He's sad that he died. He didn't get to leave his dance to the world. So he's troubled. Spread my dance across the world, train its followers. Translation, I've taught it to you, now make it into a popular dance craze. This is one of the creepiest masks. I am counting on you. Translation, I am counting on you. You became the dancer's successor. This was added to your notebook. Okay. So, we want to go back this way. I've never seen that enemy before in my life. It was kind of creepy, kind of weird. Alright, so we got that. So the next thing we can do... next thing we can do is actually kind of funny. Hold on. Where's the item? Okay, so you remember the deed we got earlier, right? You guys will love this. And I didn't realize that this is a recurring character in multiple games. I'm just like running in circles now. Supposedly it's faster to roll. Anyways, let's go. Come up here. So this is the inn. Whoa! Hold up. Whoa! Whoa! Where did that face come from? I've never noticed that in a playthrough of this game. That's creepy. Why is that in the inn? Oh, I do not like that. Ah ha ha ha. That is just... no. That's a nope. Okay. So... hello, there's the toilet. Yes? May I help you? Paper, please! Remember the deed we got? I do not remember this game having enhanced sound like this. He just said yay, the little old lady said give it back. I do not remember that. Oh, you saved me? This fell down here. I'll give it to you. Gross. Who? Well, that person was added to your notebook. You helped them out of a jam. This was added to your notebook. Gross. Okay. So that's nice. Okay, so... I don't know why we couldn't just walk through the front door or out the front door, but maybe it's because it's locked, I don't know. So, we're gonna go get something really, really important. That is... over here, I believe. Which is going to get us one of the more popular items in the game, believe it or not. And when I say popular, it just means a lot of people utilize it. I love this song.
La la la.
They said I was much too proud when I practiced in my room. They got mad. Ah, now I'm sad. I'll just keep thinking about the past to keep my mind off the bad. Ah, yes, I'll do that. Dear guest, long ago I was in an animal troupe with dogs and donkeys and such. Why could a man join? That's 'cause a man is an animal too, my boy. They were all great, but there was one thing I didn't like about it. Why was the dog the leader? Was it 'cause something was wrong with me, sir? Oh, that dog was an amazing leader. He always had a stellar troop no matter what animals he had to work with. That's why I stole it. The dog's mask, I stole it. I wanted it because it was the leader's mask. But I no longer need it. I give it to my guest. The leader was a good instructor. His members matured quickly and they became adults in an instant. So yeah, that one's very important. It doesn't seem like it. It seems very, very silly, but no, it's actually very important. Next thing we're going to need is the creepy spirit guy who died. We're actually going to need his mask next. So, we come in here. Yeah, let's just give this guy our money. Okay. So what's important is these two girls. Don't bother us. The Rosa sisters, twin dancers, were added to your notebook. I wonder, what does it say? Does it say that they're just, like, jerks who just refuse to talk to you? It actually doesn't say anything. It does say when they're out, though. See where the blue lines are? That indicates when they're there. But really, they're not jerks. I kind of don't blame them. Like, look, they're obviously, like, they're trying something. They're trying to coordinate. Let's help them out. That is so odd looking. The guard's just like, what am I watching?
Oh, thank you for teaching us those steps. You are a master.
And we get a piece of heart for it. Yay! And I think after this, I think there's 2 more pieces of heart that we have to get. I think. Okay.
You're so cool.
Worse, we are so cool. But if you take off the mask, they'll just ignore you. Like, they're not nice to you after that. Okay, so we actually do need some money back out. I don't really like taking money out, but still. Wait, there's a service charge for taking out my own money? Okay. Oh, I actually needed 100 rupees. Wait. I don't want to... Nope. Nope. Yeah, I want to withdraw 10 more rupees, please. Let's withdraw 20 just in case. Okay. So, create a suspend point here. So here's the thing I don't know. I believe that this is an exact recreation of the Nintendo 64 version. So supposedly... Okay. So there's doors here, right? I think this is supposed to be the bomb shop, I think. Huh? Hello. Hello? Did you go to buy a powder keg? This is just between us, but I have a huge bomb that this shop doesn't even carry. Oh, but my product's so heavy I don't think you can carry it. I'm sorry you even brought it up. Yeah. This... Wait, what was that? Planned moon trip. Experiment memo. Try using bomb-powered flight. Huh. Alright. But yeah, that's a giant bomb, which is like kind of like a... It's a callback to Link to the Past, I believe. Okay. So... We're not ready, actually, for this. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't gotten to use this song yet, but time speeds up. And just skips. But it's still slowed down, so we don't have to redo that one. Okay, so we saved the old lady. Welcome. Big bomb bag. This can hold up to 30 bombs. Just got it in stock. That's what we want. I'll buy it. Thank you very much. We just got a larger bomb bag in stock. Okay. There'll be a fireworks show on the night before the carnival. You should go see it. Come again. I don't know, something just seems really, really shady. Okay. So the next thing we need to do... There's kind of a physical challenge for us to do. And I believe it's in this place? Yeah, it's this place. Okay. With the moon getting closer in recent days, the number of the weak and frightened has increased. But when you attain a master's level of training as I have, there is nothing to fear. By learning at this training center, you too can attain such a strong mind and will. So will you try it?
Yeah.
The expert course is a practice session. Cut down the 10 logs using the highly difficult techniques. If you score a perfect 30 points, you should be taught all the secrets. Have you prepared? Nope. Okay, so we already have to restart this because I messed something up. And I already know that I messed it up. Because he wants us to do the jump slash. Okay. There we go. This will work better. Your training is insufficient. You must jump more. Oh, I get it. No. That's still not correct. That's really weird, though, because, like, I was pretty sure I did it right. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, figured it out. I was hitting the wrong button. Instead of hitting the green button, technically like the B button, you're supposed to use the A button. Wow, that is actually not easy to do. Like if the Z target is off even slightly, it completely messes you up. There we go. Impressive. I must give you something. Here. You got a piece of heart. Unbelievable. Cherish it well. I think that's it from this guy. I think that's literally all you get from this guy. Alright. Wow, there's actually quite a few things to do. Okay. More heart pieces, guys. Let's go get them. Let's go get them. And now we get to leave. So what's going to be interesting about this is we're actually going to be fighting some pretty big enemies in order to get this next part done. And I am hoping that I can do this. I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay. So these are what I was fighting earlier, that one thing that took a lot of hits. I hope that this works. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. Oh, when does the explodey come back? I know that this is like the really, really like easy way of doing this. Okay, never mind. Tell you what, let's try doing this the legitimate way. Ouch. Ouch. What the? Oh. I did not mean to do that. I had the the guy's mask jump on. Hold on. I need to switch that. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. That's not good. Oh. Yeah. Darn it. Okay. Ouch. Oh no. Yeep. Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm in a corner. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, that's... I just ran right in front of one of them. Yeah. This is hard when there's two of them in the room. Go ahead. Ouch. Trying to take on too many enemies at once. Oh no. Yeah. I keep getting turned around. Which is 100% my own fault, by the way. Actually, you know what? Let's try something slightly different here. Hold on. There is another way of doing this. Come here. I realized that technically that was a major waste of bombs. But it was way easier than what we were doing. Like, way easier. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Can't remember if you get health refills from that. Yes, you do! Okay, good. God, that one was awful. So... there's another one that's kind of like this, but it's not the same enemy. It's a different enemy. And it's the only one in this game. Which is interesting. Because you really only saw this enemy in one place in Ocarina of Time, too. Like, you very rarely ever saw it. And not only did you rarely ever see it, but you could basically pretty much avoid it. In fact, I don't know if I even saw it the last time I played Ocarina of Time. I can't remember. Whoop! Get away from that. I don't like those. Okay. So we're still daytime, second day, right? Yes, we're daytime, second day. And let's kill that choo-choos. I want my health back. Thank you. I guess in that regard, this game is a little bit more forgiving than Ocarina of Time, which is interesting because supposedly it's harder. I've had people tell me that they believe that this is the hardest Legend of Zelda game, which is definitely not true. Okay, apparently I don't have access to, I can't see the whole of this area, can I? Darn it. Okay, that's fine. I think what I'm after is this big... yeah, it's this. It's this big patch of grass out here. And around in here somewhere... is that? Oh, Deku Sticks! We hadn't gotten Deku Sticks yet. Which surprises me. Somewhere around in here, I believe it's right here. Huh. Somewhere in the middle of this. Alright, where's the butterflies? There it is. Okay. I hate these things, by the way. Okay. Why? Huh. Okay, you know what? This is a lot easier than Ocarina of Time. Like, these guys suck in Ocarina of Time. Okay. You know what? I was, honestly, I psyched myself out more than anything else there. Okay, I don't think we can get any more of those right now. I don't think. I think we have one more thing that we can do before you're starting to work on like the next area. And the thing is, it's like the next area I'm probably going to be doing Wednesday. We're actually almost at 3 hours. Like we're getting really, really close. So we're going to do one last little thing. That really shouldn't take us that long. It shouldn't take us long. So we got a suspend point filled. We're good. Let's go out this way. Whoa! Get away from that. Okay. Now, what I want, though, was not to do that, but okay. It also just occurred to me that that thing died, and I probably missed on getting money out of it. Okay, so what I want, though... There's a bird flying around this area that we have to avoid. That bird. The Milk Road. There's a reason we're doing that. What does this sign say? Gorman Track. No, we don't need to go that way. What was that noise? Oh, it's the guy over there. I was just like, should I be concerned? So the question is... Yeah, we should do this. Hello, Tingle. Goodbye, Tingle. Really? Gotcha.
What's this? Green clothes, white fairy. Sir, could you by chance be a forest fairy? Oh my!
Oh, no. No. No, I'm not. Can I just skip his dialogue, please? Yeah, let's buy the Romani Ranch one.
Tingle, tingle, Koolalympa.
Oh. Yeah. He's interesting. Wait a minute. So... Oh, we actually have to do the final day. The final day for this, I think. Alright, we got a limited time to do this. Okay. We are completely ignoring almost everything else here. Where is... Wait. Did I go the wrong way? Crud. I don't know what way I'm going. And I'm also a little boy, and it's not okay. Okay, there we go. Or like a little wooden boy.
I'm Pinocchio.
Oh, you guys want to see something interesting at least? Okay, I'll show you something nice. So you guys aren't worried about it.
Look! Isn't that your horse?
Yeah, that's little Epona. Yeah, we're gonna leave now. Sorry. Sorry, Epona, we're not ready to help you yet. I want to. I want to, but I can't. What we want is what's right here. And this is perhaps one of the cutest things in the game. Okay. The Cocoa Shack. We're gonna have some fried chicken. So what we need is that mask. I heard it from my gramps, says the moon's gonna fall. With something that big, it is sure to take this ranch down with it. Oh well. My only regret is that I won't get to see these guys in their prime as roosters. The Cocoa Loving Grog was added to your notebook. So he wants to see them as roosters, huh? Well, remember what the guy with the Bremen mask had told us, right? The dog said that, or he said that it matured. They all matured. And... as the apocalypse is happening around us. I don't know that there's any challenge to actually doing this. I literally think you just have to gather up all the chicks. I don't know that you have to do it in any specific order or anything. I don't really get it, but just seeing these guys with a crest and all, I don't have any regrets about anything anymore. I'm perfectly satisfied. Here, you can have this from me. This is the most popular mask in this game. People freaking love the bunny hood. And you'll see exactly why. Yeah, these guys are all roosters. Cool, so we fulfilled his wish. I don't think we really have to use this mask anymore. We're going to hold on to it, though. Oh, it's because I still have that mask on. Whoops! So the reason why people love this mask... Because holy cow, you run fast! It actually does make a legitimate effect on how fast you run. In the previous game, it didn't matter at all. But in this game, absolutely. Just book it across the fields, guys. Let's go, 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 go. Dude, you have one shiny, shiny nose. It's Rudolph! He came back to kill us all. Wait. It's not what I wanted. Alright. Now, there is one more thing I really want to go do. Okay. So the guide says that there are some additional things that I could do, and I actually could get one more, like, full heart container. I really want one more full heart container, but the problem is that it takes, it will take some additional time. We've got about 10 minutes until I'm done, so I really don't want to add more. And, you know, guys out there, I promised my wife that I would not take an excessive amount of time on the game today. Because last time, unfortunately, we didn't get to hang out very much that night because my stream went way over. So let me look at the guide really quick and just see if it's possible to get this one really, really, really fast. Okay, so we can't with the... We could do the one... Okay. I just looked up what both of the two heart pieces are that they're talking about. One of them is relatively difficult to do. The other one is easier, but still requires a full 3-day cycle to do. We don't have enough time to do it. So what I might do is I might leave those for the beginning of the next stream that we're going to do. Let's at least deposit some money. Yeah, I'm going to make a deposit, man. We want all 97 in there because we are going to reset our time. So, there is one other thing I want to do. Just while I'm thinking about this, this is actually very important to do. We're not ready to use this yet. We will get a song that's going to allow us to teleport, and these are our teleportation spots. I think that's it. I think that's all I can really manage right now. So... no. I'll get used to doing that more in the future. It's just that the way that this is arranged, I don't have the C buttons anymore. I really should get a Nintendo 64 Switch controller. I really should. So, yes. Now, the thing about doing that, by the way, it also resets our bombs and everything else, too, I believe. Not to full. I don't think we have to purchase a new bag. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna save these all up. We're gonna do all these. Just like I did with Banjo-Kazooie. And you guys will notice, by the way, that there is it definitely takes a lot longer to save these ones than it does Banjo-Kazooie. That's because this is one of the few games for the Nintendo 64 that required the RAM expansion pack in order to make sure that the 64 could actually handle it. But see, yeah, we're totally out of bombs. Like, we had 18 bombs last time. We're totally out of sticks, and we don't have any Deku Nuts. You guys thought I was going to say... Never mind. Anyways, so, but we do still keep the bomb bag. Keep the bomb bag. Technically, we can move on to the temple now at this point. Next session, I'm going to come back. I'm probably going to go after the two... I'm probably going to go after the 2 extra hearts. I know me. And I know that having as many hearts as is humanly possible is good for me. Is definitely a good idea. I will say that both of the games are very difficult. But... Actually, wait a minute. We actually might be able to... Hold on. What time is it right now? Okay, that's 6 a.m. Oh, but I'd have to go all the way to nighttime. Darn it. Okay. I take it back. There is... One of the games actually probably isn't as hard now because we have the bunny hood. The other game is still difficult just because trying to aim the Nintendo 64 is a pain. When you're shooting things. So, yeah, we will go ahead. We're going to go after at least one more of those heart pieces on the next stream. Probably go for both of them. And then we're going to move on to the next area. We're actually going to, like, start moving along through the storyline and head toward the first temple. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. If you yourself or you know somebody else who would like to see these streams, feel free to, give me a follow, share out the link. If you know anybody who's interested in donating to the charity, or if you yourself would like to donate to the charity, links are below, and those are also shareable to your friends and family if you would like to. Yeah, still working on those goals for the milestones. Those will be up, I'm hoping, by the end of March. I'm still working and figuring out what a lot of those goals are going to be. But yes, I look forward to seeing you guys all again on Wednesday, where we will continue this. And guys, come on, we just started Majora's Mask. I'm excited. This is amazing. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for this. I'm actually going to beat this game, and I'm terrified of it. So anyways, have a great night, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Love you all. And you guys all take care. Good night.